That's how you say hello in one of the 11 native languages of South Africa. Welcome to Little Star Cafe, facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Thursday, August 31st, 2017, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. Did you know that there are only 3 people who speak South Africa's original language, New? New is also considered one of the oldest languages in the world. The people who spoke New are the San community, often called the Bushmen. So one of the speakers is trying to teach other people how to speak so it doesn't die out. Unfortunately, many languages around the world are dying out, and thankfully many people are trying to preserve or revive them. And it's all easier to do because of technology, making it easier to spread the word. Number 2. Saturn's rings may be very young, just 100 million years old. Well, that is young compared to how old Saturn is, 4.6 billion years old. The space probe Cassini, sent by NASA to find out about Saturn, is journeying around Saturn's rings. The heavier the mass is, the older the rings are, but turns out they aren't as heavy as expected. This is the early reading of the data sent by the probe and has to be further analyzed. Cassini will soon crash into the planet as it's running out of fuel, and scientists don't want it to crash into Saturn's moons instead. Number 3. Germany's Angelique Kerber, who won the women's single final at last year's US Open tennis tournament, was knocked out in the first round at this year's US Open. She was defeated by Japan's Osaka. If sports teaches any lesson, it's probably that you win some and you lose some. And then life still goes on. The lesson of sports can help us in all walks of life. Which sport do you like to play? And now for today's mega matter. Alaska is one of the 50 states of the United States of America. It's also the largest and the least populated state. It was bought from Russia. The Kodiak is a large island off the south coast of Alaska. The island is inhabited by the Kodiak brown bear, which depends upon salmon or fish for food. Mostly, the bears eat up to 75% of the salmon that swim up to the rivers to lay eggs until about late August. After eating up the salmon, the bears then switch over to the elderberries that usually ripe in late August or early September. But since global warming has affected Alaska, which has seen an increase in temperature, the elderberries ripen as early as July 14th this year. Surprisingly, according to a new study, the bears have been choosing the berries rather than the fish as their food. The study tried to show that climate change was altering the seasonal timings of life cycle events in organisms across the planet. What does that mean? It means that the change in weather affects their choices. And isn't it possible that with weather change, even our choice of food changes? Isn't it? Today's word of the day is revive. That means to bring back or to make lively again. And finally, for our quote of the day, death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. So live every year, every day, and every moment to the fullest with a big, big smile. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?